What's going on, everybody? Obviously, been pretty crazy lately, but I got to do something really fucking cool. I'm just gonna show you. This is my first ever custom built guitar. God, and yeah, it's yellow shit. I love it. That's exactly what I wanted. This is a Hinnant Guitars Revival, made by Michael Hinnant. He lives and works up out of Buford, Georgia, so not too far from me. So it made this whole process really easy. I'd actually gotten to work with him on a custom guitar for my company, so we could have something dope at our NAMM booth. I may show you guys that later, but today it's all about this thing, man. I hit him up before COVID hit, and I'd been kicking around the idea like it was time for another guitar for like all the G-Bad stuff, all the, drop B or lower type of things. I'm not a huge fan of 7-strings personally, so I wanted just a 6-string drop tune canon, and that's exactly what he was able to provide for me. Damn it, it's pretty. The model is the Revival, and he has tons of different options that you can do with this body style. Obviously, I went for the really, really aggressive beveling, cutaway, contoured heel. It's, obviously, I love me some Telecasters and some T-style guitars, and I just wanted something a little more modernized, a little more comfortable, and damn it, he did it. This thing feels so good. I even went with a little tummy cut in there. Yeah, dude, it's just so sick. So, I'll start with the construction of it. The one main difference I did do on this one over my normal Telecasters, I decided to go 24 fret. I don't use it a whole lot, but it's kind of cool to have it there. And he gave me the option, and I was kind of on the fence, and I was like, what, let's change it up a little bit from what I've been playing, and add a couple more frets on there, and just see what I can do with it. So still getting used to that a little bit, but the access on this thing is just insane, man. Like I'm literally, when I'm playing, I'm literally not touching any bit of the heel of this guitar until I'm up on like the 23rd, 24th fret. So, and even then nothing's pressing, nothing's in the way. It's very comfortable. So got this just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous non-figured roasted maple neck and fretboard. I've never been a huge fan of like the flame, or I don't like super crazy wood grains most of the time. So I love that it's just a straight grain. It's gorgeous. Back of the headstock, we did a black paint up at the top to kind of match these impeccable block inlays that he did. He CNC'd these. I think he actually, if I remember him saying correctly, in the build process, he got a CNC machine. So this is, as far as I know, was one of the first projects where he was able to use that. And you see a lot of times with these custom one-off guitars from smaller companies where if you do bigger inlays like this, sometimes you can kind of see a little gap or glue in between the actual fretboard and the inlay. These things are dialed, dude. They are in there. The body is black Carina. Similar to mahogany, which is what my Telecaster is. I just kind of like the tonality of it, or maybe I'm just bougie and didn't want to say I had a mahogany body guitar. But we did black Carina. It was a gorgeous grain, but obviously we'll get to the paint job here in a second. But what I really love was he actually went in and we decided to go chambered on the body. So for those of y'all that don't know what that is, that actually means he built the body, did some weight relief cutouts throughout the body. I don't actually know the exact pattern he used, but the weight is phenomenal. And then he capped it with another piece of black Carina, making the whole body, and then you go in and he figured everything. It's just incredible, man. The weight is beautiful. The balance is just insane on this thing. It's really good. It's a little bit lighter than my Telecaster, which I like. If you see us play live, I move around a lot. I don't need extra weight on me if I don't need it. Hardware-wise, it's the Ratio, Graphtec Ratio locking tuners. Pretty good. Each one of these has an individual gearing to accommodate for the different string tensions. So that's rad. We move down here. It's a hip shot, solid bridge. for our live stuff, at least in G-Bad, I don't need a trim. I just want this thing to be locked in. So it's a hip shot, tailpiece or bridge, and it's a string through body. And Michael Hinnant does these incredible, I believe it's brass string ferrules. It's a one-piece string ferrule. I don't know how much it actually does for the tone, but I'm sure it does a little something, and it looks dope. So yeah, no individual string ferrules, just that one big ferrule, and it's awesome. Like I said, he did a contoured heel, so it's a four-piece bolt-on. I think I'm paranoid, and I know there's, with what we do on stage, I know there's a margin, just like a little bit of a chance that one day I might snap a neck, so I'm always like super paranoid, so I don't really mess with set necks or neck throughs anymore, just because I'm nervous. So, but I like it too. You can do some of those really cool, like neck bends, little wonky harmonic things. So coming back to the top, the pickups are bare knuckle Ragnaroks. It's a matching set. I went with the black metal covers on them, so you still got the pole pieces in there. Man, these things are insane. Way back in the day, I was always an EMG dude. Kind of tried out a bunch of different stuff. Ended up getting a set of these Ragnaroks for my Telecaster, and they're awesome, man. They respond like actives, but they've still just got a little bit more of a body to them. So they're sick. On my Tele, I've got them set up to coil tap, and they actually split really, really well. On this one, we did not do that. We just did a three-way, and actually, I'm really liking that. I didn't want this guitar to be overly complicated, so not having the ability to coil tap on this, I'm actually really digging. It's kind of, all I had to do was kind of reevaluate some of my tones, but the middle position on this is still really, really chimey. So for now, we're leaving the three-way. Who knows? Maybe down the road, I'll decide that I need to go back and add maybe a five-way or a push-pull or something. But for now, the three-way's killing it for me, and I haven't, in writing, I haven't had any issues with not having the tones that I need, so I'm cool with that. These things sound incredible. If you're in the market for new pickups, obviously Bare Knuckle makes a lot of really good stuff, but these Ragnaroks, it's the newer of the Misha Mansour signature pickups. These things are just absolutely incredible, so highly recommended there. We did the Tele control plate, which I liked. I didn't want a pick guard, but I wanted the Tele control plate just to kind of add a little more contrast to the body. So that put us in an interesting situation, because for the G-Bad stuff, I have no business running a tone knob, so I don't have a tone knob. Just a single volume, controls both pickups, super easy. It's nice and out of the way when I'm playing. But with the Tele control plate, we had another hole in this control plate that we had to occupy. So why not? Kill switch. Because it's fun. I'm still getting used to having that on board. It is a little out of the way, which is good. I'm not going to knock it in the middle of the set or nothing, because it's not super resistant. But I love the response on it. So yeah, it's a momentary kill switch. Stay tuned for whatever the hell I might end up using that little nugget for. I guess we can talk about the color. I don't know much else about what to say about it, but when I told him to build, I was like, hey man, I want to do this guitar, and please go check out Hinnant Guitars Instagram and website. I'll have everything linked below. He does these just absolutely gorgeous, like exotic wood, crazy guitars. So I hit him up about the build. I told him all the specs, and then he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I was like, there's one more thing. I want it to be the most absurd, blatant caution yellow that you can find. And he was with it, and it turned out so sick. Like, it's just out there. I got the idea from this. For those of you that know what I do for work, I got, my company endorses the band Polyphia, and I got to hang out with them a couple of years ago, and it was on the tour where their bass player Clay was playing an Ibanez SR bass in satin yellow. And I couldn't ever stop thinking about that thing, so I needed it. So yeah, I ripped them off, basically, but it's a whole different beast. So I'm not too mad at myself about it. I'm not too concerned with intellectual properties on this one, because he doesn't own this color. But now I do, and it's sick. We kind of went we had a couple little back and forths on which yellow it was going to be. We landed on this thing, and like, dude, just look at it. It's ridiculous. So this thing's a Canon. This is going to be my new main show guitar. This is staying in drop beat. This is my main G-Bad guitar now. Matter of fact, let's get the girls together. So yeah, obviously the telly over here will still be in play. Maybe try some different tunings, maybe just back up, or you know what, now I've got the option to kind of go back and forth if I so choose. But for sure right now, my main gigging guitar, whenever we're allowed to gig again, is going to be this obscenely, beautifully yellow guitar. Made by Hinnant Guitars up in Beaufort, Georgia. Please check out Hinnant. I'll do a little tone test on this thing, just kind of show you what the pickups can do. It's going to sound like metal. It's going to sound like stuff. It's the same pickups I have in this, so they're tonally not any massive changes, but I'll still do a little playthrough for you guys so you can check it out. So if you have any questions about this guitar or Hinnant guitars in general, or maybe you're looking to maybe burn through that stimulus check a little bit, please direct any questions like that to me, or check out Hinnant's Instagram or website and reach out to him. Michael's a really good dude. It's a one-man operation with this company, and he does incredible work, and he turned this thing around really fast. Obviously, those times change, but he killed it. So I love this thing. He does incredible work. Just, yeah, hit him up, man. Hit him up. I've always played it safe and gone, you know, I'll buy a stock guitar from like a bigger company and, you know, get something from like sweetwater.com or something. Shout out to Paul Eckert. And I was about ready to buy like maybe another Jim Root Fender or something, but just with the relationship I have with Michael Hinnant through the other guitar he built for my company, it kind of seemed like a no-brainer. And to have something that is built 100% to my spec that I wanted is absolutely fantastic. I love it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please let me know if you got any questions. Please check out Hinnant Guitars, and I guess keep an eye out for what G-Bad's doing, and let's listen to this thing.